U-Sports on CBC, presented by U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Faraburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Well, no one tells me when these things are happening, so... I don't even know when the matches are being played.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Délaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome to U Sports on CBC and the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship coming to you live from McMaster University in Hamilton. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe at Ron Joyce Stadium as we get set now for the third quarterfinal match of the day. There's been drama in the first two, but now the first semifinal is set. Laval will face UBC in a rematch of last year's final in the first semi. Now it's to be determined who will face, or who will connect rather, in the second semifinal tomorrow. Will it be Toronto Varsity Blues carrying on to chase a medal, or will it be Trinity Western, a team that has gone to 10 finals, by the way, and split that 5 silver, 5 gold? It has been a minute for the Spartans. The last time they've hoisted a national title, 2013, but they are perennial contenders, and they're looking to make a difference here, Ali.
It's going to be an exciting matchup today. Both teams were coming in very confident to this game, which is to be expected.
You love to see it. Both teams, of course, handling business in the postseason, although Trinity Western coming up against a very strong UBC team that is still undefeated given a 2-1 win. It did have to go to overtime, and that's why we've pushed this match just slightly, not too far away from the 5 p.m. start it was supposed to be, so quite a quick turnaround here. Of course, you don't want everything to start snowballing and cascading too far, because all these teams are back here at Ron Joyce Stadium tomorrow. Now, the other two teams, Cape Breton and Guelph, they will play again as well in the consolation semifinal, the first of tomorrow, and that goes at 11 a.m. So all 8 teams will play once more. I need to do a quick check on weather. We've been feeling it up here in the booth. Of course, out on the field a little bit different, and now there's lights on them, okay? So this will be, by the way, the most consistent overall lighting of the day for these next 4 teams that will be battling here, because the other 2 were contending with cloud cover, patches of blazing sun, sometimes the sun being in their eyes. Well, now the sun is setting, and it is mostly cloudy here in Hamilton, 6 degrees Celsius with the wind west-southwest 14 kilometers per hour. Teams are ready to get going. They're excited for this one. A win and you are chasing a medal. A loss and you're in the consolation round. We have a wayward ball that had to be cleared off. Can't have 2 balls. We got the one, of course, right the center.
These 2 teams also had to adapt a little bit coming into this game with a later start. They're probably looking to start right at 5 o'clock like they're supposed to, but
oh, you're just itching to get going. Ali Rowe knows all about that. She's been with Cape Breton Capers in the last 4 or 5 years, rather. You count it, because you know what? Your mindset is still in it, and you're still ready to go. I figured, obviously, you overlapped with that, like a number of these players. There are certainly some players in this year's Nationals that have done that, too, that had to deal with that. We've lost another ball to the parking lot, though.
That parking lot is busy today.
Off she goes.
It's getting late. We're going to start losing the people who are going to throw it back to us.
So Toronto's path here were 1-0 victories in 3 straight games in the OUA to win this. They took down Ottawa, then Western and Guelph, and now threatening immediately. A goal is scored! The fastest of the tournament so far, making up for a little bit of lost time. Toronto Varsity Blues.
Quick goal there with a big throw from Hannah Chown on the side. They know she has a big throw, and they use it to their advantage. Throws right into the box with a little hit and a big finish for Toronto.
Oh my goodness. We were talking about how they're chomping at the bit. Well, how about that? Getting it done in great fashion. And that is the earliest goal of the tournament, coming here in the 2nd minute. Both of the 2 previous quarterfinals, we had to wait to the second half to get things going. 3 goals combined, and of course, all that extra time needed to determine the second quarterfinal winner.
That one's the only goal scored in the first half.
So far, but my goodness, what a way to do it.
Trinity's coming right back at them.
Trinity Western, of course, didn't have a chance to play for medals last year when they were at this tournament. They came in, faced Laval in the very first quarterfinal of the 2024 championship, and it was a 0-0 draw that went all the way to penalty kicks. So it was a tough loss for them. They're going to now look to get the equalizer. And, of course, every team wants to close it out, not only because you want to close it out and know you have, but also because you're trying to save a little bit of time. You're all coming back here tomorrow. Thought that ball was on its way to the parking lot again.
Looked like it from up here. But the Toronto goalie just trying to avoid that corner, but that corner, no matter what, we will have one on that side. It's the favored corner for the day, I think.
Yeah, they like it a lot. Aaron Stewart for the Spartans. Hails from Winnipeg, a 5th-year student, so 5th year of eligibility, I should say. Been a big part of the Spartan squad and just a pillar in the community as well. She's won community awards and accolades for her work. You love to see it. That's what it's about. It's always about more than just the game. So Toronto Varsity Blues in their all-white kit. It'll be the Spartans in their blue and gold. Trinity Western, a school that prides itself on its soccer program. Its women's soccer program has been so elite. I mentioned it, 10 finals appearances, not just 10 appearances at nationals, but to get to the big game.
Toronto is not letting up on them at all. They want to put this game away early.
Getting to work is Emilia Lucic. And while I realize that the bright lights of the field are there, we're going to need some bright lights inside here. Allie, I don't know if you're able to... Well, I don't think you can reach right now. Maybe I'll get up and go reach. We want to be able to see our notes, of course. See what's going on inside here. But just like that, a quick goal from Toronto to set the tone. Allie Rowe, the hero. Thank you. Varsity Blues in control early on in this match. So an electric start there early for the Varsity Blues. And it was almost in the same breath as I mentioned their 1-0 wins, and right now finding themselves with a 1-0 lead. It has not been enough for any team that is open scoring here to just stay in that driver's seat the whole time. Both earlier quarterfinals amounted to 1-1 draws. And then for Laval, it was in the final seconds of added time. Toronto territory right now. So Allie Rowe, a little bit of a different pace here. It really started out almost like a fever pitch, not just this game, but this entire day when fans were packed. It was the young supporters, and out comes the TMU goalkeeper as Trinity Western gets going.
The pace of the day definitely started a lot quicker earlier, with all the kids screaming before we even got out here for warm-up, any of the teams. So coming from that to now, it's died down a little bit, getting a little chillier. Don't know if we have as much fans.
Looking for the step inside, but solid defense there by Trinity Western. Lindsay Bartwitzky, who we had a chance to speak to yesterday, 5th year out of Sarnia. She's got a great story. She knows this field so well. In fact, her first 4 years of U Sports soccer was played at McMaster. So I have to think Lindsay's likely passed along some information potentially. Otherwise, just has a great feel for this field itself. Does that matter much, Allie? I mean, you've played on so many different ones, but to have that familiarity, do you believe that's an advantage?
I think it is a little bit, you know, knowing how the ball's going to bounce on the pitch, like how the lights shine, all these things could be a good factor when you're playing, just to have a little bit of a heads up. But I wouldn't say it's going to give you a crazy advantage.
No, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, still a very similar type of field that you're playing on. Sometimes the difference can be in the width, potentially the length, rather.
Yeah, you'll definitely get more of an advantage with that home crowd coming out to support you, which we'll see later when McMaster's comes out.
The goalkeeper kicks it up. Up comes the Spartans now. The Spartans playing from right to left on your screens, and Toronto in their whites. Despite the name, the Varsity Blues always has me thinking, oh, well, they must be in blue. No. Varsity Blues in their white kits.
I actually had to look up their mascot the other day because I was so curious what a varsity blue would look like.
What does it look like?
It's actually a beaver.
Perfect. I feel like that's so fitting.
I don't know what beavers have to do with.
Well, just Canadian, right? Canadiana. I'm here for it. We'll see Maria Godoya Trash for the Toronto Varsity Blues, a beloved member of this team. 9 starts in the regular season, 4 clean sheets.
Contact on the back there, but ref doesn't call anything.
Toronto trying to get comfortable here. Maddie Ma puts it over to Samantha Gravina. Ravina tries to get a step ahead, but out comes Mancha Sidhu, second leading goal scorer for the Spartans this season. I should say second leading in points, but when it comes to goals, she did score the most for this team, 8 in the regular season, including 5 game winners, Allie. Scoring when it matters most, that has been key to this day.
That could be very useful coming into this game.
I'm sorry, I got a flashlight in your eyes here, Allie. Trying to work away here in the broadcast booth. Checking in on the notes. Thanks to everyone joining us wherever you're watching from across the country. If you're joining us from BC, where the Trinity Western Spartans are based, welcome in. It's a brisk fall day in Hamilton. Folks wearing toques, jackets. I see blankets out in the grandstands as well. We saw blankets earlier on the benches too to keep warm.
And I know it's getting colder, but somehow I find the players are getting less and less layers. I'm seeing more just t-shirts. Nobody wants the gloves.
No, they're ready to go. I feel like they could run through a wall. I feel like that's what we heard yesterday too. A number of people telling us that's the case. Trinity Western, of course, playing 14 games through their regular season, 10-3-1. Oh, and that could have been something. Godoya Trash forced to sort of go on this epic dive, if you will, across the face of the goal.
It was a great run down the line for Trinity. She used her speed to get down there and get the ball in. Unfortunately, there was just nobody in the box to get a touch on that. And it honestly looked like it was headed a little closer to the net, but I don't think that was the case.
So much action happening in the area here in the Toronto Varsity Blues half.
A lot of set pieces on the corners today that we've seen. Haven't really seen anybody capitalize on that and finish a bunch, but.
No, it'll be our first corner of the match. It goes wayward, and this is going to be something I would assume teams are going to discuss. I mean, you can't suddenly manufacture successful set pieces, but something to be so mindful of. Consider the opportunities. Some teams have had upwards of 5 corners in a match so far and unable to get going or even create really a threatening opportunity into the attacking third. They want to respond quick here. Holly Steele, rather. So this is a first here today, an early established lead. No team has been able to hold on to their first lead. Both games getting tied up and then needing to push through late in the match. Cross, and Godoya Trash has that all covered up.
Godoya Trash trying to push the teams up.
Now a 1v1 battle. McDonald gets a touch. 2 now to get going on the move, third year out of Surrey, BC. Godoya Trash. Great way to play that.
Not the most ideal place to send it. Obviously, you want to send that a little further up the pitch, but it's out of danger for right now.
And that's what counts. It's got to be tough, too, when you're the third match of the day because you can't really focus on anything else going on. You really have to focus in on yourself, but you have to wonder if maybe they understand, hey, the way the first 2 matches went, keep it out of danger, keep it out of harm's way, and stay on top of it. Of course, this isn't the only soccer happening here in Southern Ontario as the men's U Sports Championship takes place in Toronto. They're at Varsity Stadium. You can catch exclusive coverage on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube, U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. That's the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. But you're dialed in here for the women, and we couldn't be more thrilled that you're joining us. We've been treated to some great goals already, and incoming are the Spartans. Varsity defense coming in strong. Varsity Blues.
One thing you can look forward to in these games is quick transitions. They might have a chance on goal, but the quick turnaround when they win the ball back, Toronto is heading right back their way to their net.
Keeping in the midfield here. Out to touch. You're just joining us, Trinity Western Spartans, the number 6 seed in this tournament, seeded as such, being the Canada West finalists. Well, Toronto captured its first ever OUA title to punch their ticket in. They would have been here even as finalists, but how sweet it is that they're able to sail through as champions. They've already done something incredible and made history for their program. They want to keep at it. Trinity Western so far with 3 shots, all 3 on target. Toronto making good on their lone shot and lone shot on goal. To bury it behind Yasmin Puhal.
Trinity get in front of the net. Nobody can get the shot off.
Oh my, yes, getting very dangerous in the penalty area there.
Somebody is down.
Right now there is a player being assessed on the field, but I just want to circle back to the first goal that happened within the second minute of this game, scored by Maddie Ma of the Toronto Varsity Blues to get things going early. So far, the earliest goal in a match at this tournament. Our camera's honing.
Just a quick look at the goal one more time. A lot of chaos in the box. You can see it hits off a couple players. But at the end of the day, Maddie Ma does hit it in the back of the net, and the goalkeeper just can't get across fast enough.
Such impressive work early on, but this not a stoppage anybody wants to see, especially early on in the match when I feel like this game was starting to find its identity a little bit. The pacing was a little off. You had the goal scored and then things slowed up a bit. A look there at the Toronto Varsity Blues and their crisp whites, and you see Captain Hannah Chown having some words, and she is, my goodness, so impressive. She scored the OUA championship game winner, and I just said made history for the program. Hails from Mississauga, Ontario, in her final year. And Allie and I sat with her yesterday and heard about every single extracurricular she's on. And I don't know how that woman has the same 24 hours that we all have, because it's so impressive. She's on every sort of student advisory board. She's so dedicated to what's happening off the field, like a lot of these players. I know she's not alone in that, but I just feel like she's such a step above when you're able to do.
She had to take a pause. She actually had to take a pause and come back and think, oh, actually there's more.
Yes. Just give me a minute. I'll just take a second. And while we do have a moment, a reminder that November is where U Sports champions live, and that includes the Vanier Cup. There's still a ways to go to get there. CBC, of course, your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. You can catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bulls Saturday beginning at noon Eastern, and the 60th Vanier Cup championship game from Mosaic in Regina at 2 p.m. Eastern. CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. Such a great time for sports.
It is coming to the end of all the fall leagues.
I know, bittersweet. I can understand, but for a lot of players who, again, we spoke with, it's always bittersweet. You've been working so hard to get here, and now it's suddenly here, and suddenly going to be coming to an end soon.
Soccer's a sad one because it goes by so quickly. When you look back at the season, it's actually only 2 months long.
Wow. Yeah, it's so compressed, and it's everything, right? You go through such a range of emotion. I would imagine being in that sort of intense space and chasing records or trying to get into playoff position, all of that.
It is a lot, and we've lost yet another ball to the parking lot.
Parking lot full of beautiful soccer balls today. Right now, though, the Spartans trying to make this a 1-1 game in the first half. University, or rather McMaster University, hosting this prestigious event for just the second time in the school's history, and coming up, the host team. But right now, that finds literally the back right behind of the net there.
Was a good look. She was definitely trying to see that back post, but just had a little too much in it. Somehow managed to get a corner out of that. Somebody must have had a touch on that on the way out.
All right, so here we go, a chance for a set piece. Haven't seen a successful corner yet. That doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just been the way today has gone for some of these teams. Trinity Western now. Aaron Stewart, short along the ground, now chasing it down. Not quite as anticipated, but up it goes. Doya Trash coming through.
That one was risky, but great decision by Godoya Trash. If she tried to catch that and managed and dropped it, that could have been a potential opportunity for Trinity Western. So great decision to punch that out. We'll see the replay. Just a great hit up. She manages to stay on side, but Godoya Trash is right there waiting for it to punch that out.
And Rihanna McDonald, number 30 for the Spartans, has been all over it. She's the reason the ball got back in there. And once again, Godoya Trash, I bet she's not loving how much she's handling this ball right now.
Probably.
No, you want to send it right back. And that's why getting those early goals, as Toronto did. I mean, now, quite literally, Yasmin Pahal is just standing there watching on, barely tested. Only shot she's seen was that really scrambly, as you said, chaotic, in the box kind of goal.
Sometimes those ones are the best ones. They get you a little caught off guard, and nobody knows where the ball is and nobody knows where it's going.
Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to get the job done, and that's what the Varsity Blues are now threatening. Coming in from the left. In the next match, we'll actually have the U Sports Women's Soccer Coach of from the Montreal Carabins.
Off the gas, they're still going. Both sides are fighting for it.
And here's another subtle difference between these two. One team coming off a high of winning a conference championship, and another one coming off that bitter taste of defeat in a final. And so the Spartans certainly trying to use that as their motivation, while the Varsity Blues are like, we're on a high and we kind of want to keep rolling on it. We know that we've taken down 6 of Canada's top 10 teams in the OUA alone. The way they see it, we just got to get through one more, meaning we got to get in the position. Story to another head coach earlier. It was Cavalluzzo who played soccer right here at McMaster University, so he believes it's so cool to be back. It is undergrad here at kinesiology. And was here from 2011 to 2015, so exactly 10 years ago now is back here. Would love to be able to make something of it and bring home a medal, maybe bring home the entire title for Toronto. For those who don't know, there's absolutely beef between Toronto and Hamilton. So I know Hamilton would have something to say about that, and a lot of other teams have something to say about that. Great patience there. Maddie Ma was able to get that first goal of the tournament. Ma with 1 goal in the regular season, none in the playoffs. Chown composed once more.
What a ball up the field.
It's going to need that veteran. It's a team that understands it scores by committee. They sort of have pockmarked leaders through here when you start looking at the points. It's not like one person gobbling up 15 or 19 points, piling on the goals. It's all well spread out.
It's a group effort, they say.
Number 17, Ann Yaumans, is their far and away leader when it comes to goals. They have 7 on the season.
Got to look out that far throw is how they got their first goal, and they tried to do it again.
Absolutely. That one just skied over. Yasmin Pahal has been not quite as tested here in this first half despite that really early frenzy. We're in the 31st minute as it is. Check that, the 32nd minute. We're 31 minutes down.
That would have been a cheeky way to get around those two players.
A little change up here on the throw-in. Samantha Gavina. Support now from Lucic, another strong leader here. She was Toronto's playoffs leader. Goes the distance. That one, Pahal, well collected.
35 yards out. It's quite the distance to get a proper shot off.
Something unique about Pahal, who's from Surrey, BC, in third year of eligibility here in U Sports, is that she played every match for the Spartans. There was no backup coming in. She was it. All their faith placed in this keeper. 14 starts in the regular season. 1,260 minutes played, just 13 goals conceded, 42 saves, 5 clean sheets.
Trinity doing very well to get that ball back, but it's kind of turned into a little bit of a kick and chase at the moment.
One thing that we're unable to track is the definitive minutes of possession live, but we can just feel the tilted field early here as the Spartans have been able to keep things in the Toronto half. This is exactly the type of response you want, and so dangerous. That could have really been an own goal there, but Godoy trash.
I would have said at the beginning it was definitely more of a Toronto possession, but I think the tables have turned, and Trinity is definitely taking it to them now.
We've seen the tables go back and forth throughout this entire day as it is.
A lot of speed back there from...
Yeah, Emily Watchman just flying in.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Varsity Blues on the attack. Trying to get things moving, quickening the pace. In from distance, and Pahal has it locked in.
Great opportunity for, I think that was Anderson who took the shot.
Spartans getting after it once more. In they come Sophie Crother.
Toronto may not be in the offensive half much this half so far, but when they do get up there, they do manage to get a shot off every time.
And this is where they're going to need to start honing in on their defense. Sophie Crother, the captain for the Spartans, spoke with us yesterday in her 4th year, and she has just amassed the...
It was a close one. I thought that went in for a second.
Oh my, yeah. And it almost feels like there's a little bit of frustration radiating out, not overwhelming, but the fact that they've had so many close chances, but they do get to reset in another corner here. So Sadu once more. We'll see how this one lands. Still threatening.
Another one. This corner has to be the most
Wow.
popular one of the game. I think we've seen at least 20 corners taken from this side.
Just keeps on going. Something about the right side, gotta say that.
Somebody's bound to finish on this corner today.
Well, you've put it out to the universe now, Sidhu.
That ball.
Yeah, standing at 5'11" as well. Rihanna just a presence out there on the field from Chilliwack. In her first U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Spartans really hone in on culture. A really strong group connection. In fact, it was Sophie Crother who said to us yesterday, quote, "I'll run through a wall for each other. We will run through a wall for each other." And that really says it all. Right now, the wall being Toronto Varsity Blues and just trying to get one by Maria Godoy Trash.
That's honestly all you want from a team. You just want everybody to battle it out for each other. And there's nothing that could go against a well-bonded unit of a team.
Yeah, and you have time to work with here because that lead from Toronto established quite early. So how do you chip away? How do you build? Right now, Emily Watchman, Edmonton, Alberta, getting to work. McDonald. It's taken away by Emilia Lucic. Watch out for her. 2 game winners also scored. The game winner in the semifinal of the OUA playoffs against Western. Finding, zigzagging, gets the shot off and on target at that, forces Godoy Trash to make the save.
Godoy Trash might be wasting a little bit of time out there. Don't know if the whole drop was necessary, but might be trying to get a couple seconds off that clock.
Allie Rowe over here clocking it. By the way, if you're just joining us, Allie Rowe, 2024 U Sports Women's Soccer Player of the Year. That award for this season has now been given to Olivia Radzikas, who we saw earlier for Guelph, and what a game, what a match she had despite falling short. And now Varsity Blues trying to press once more. Gotta watch Emilia Lucic. She'll find a way in. It's to be.
Julia Cochran getting a decent shot off. It's a little wide, but to run that distance and get any type of shot off, she deserves a little bit of credit.
Now running for it deep in the Spartans' half. A little bit of a staccato pace here. Stop, start, throw-ins, corners. We had 3 corners in a row.
It's the one thing about soccer. They always say, soccer, you need a different type of fitness because you're not necessarily going all the time. It's a lot of stop and start. You might sprint 1 second and then you might be jogging the next.
Never mind that lactic acid building up. Your mental toughness as well is massive. What a block there. Once again, Rihanna McDonald. A nursing student with 2 goals on the season.
Not going to get the big throw in on that side. They're big throwers on the other side.
Holly Steele. She gets the pass off now. Sidhu. Can't float that one by Gravina. Bit of a collision there. Julia Cochran. Still Toronto's ball, but not if the Spartans have their way. Coming in with speed and bad intentions, but deflected off.
And don't worry, it's back again at that corner for another one.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel.
Go there. Again thwarted, but still regain Maya Bajpai.
A lot of the Spartan corner kicks have been short corners. I think they're trying to get that ball off, suck out the Toronto defense, get it in behind so one of their attacking players could finish it.
Yeah, taking a bit of a different approach. So far already, Ali, 5 corners for the Spartans, none for Toronto. Toronto, by the way, Bedoya Trash with 5 saves registered. It's Trinity Western now adding to the volume here. 8 shots already, 7 on target. Another one trickles through. Sprawling save there and hanging out on the ground.
Not the greatest shots. I think that one had a little bit of a spin on it. She was looking to play the ball up to number 15, Holly Steele.
Yeah. Feel like some big swings when they start getting going here on offense. That one can't get off her foot. Spartans pass, skips through. Finds Toronto once more. That's Brianna Campbell. In her 5th year, hails from Montreal, Quebec.
Some great ball movement from Toronto in the offensive third.
And it was Brianna Campbell who battled through a very season and had to miss the Trinity Western Spartans trip that they make annually to, well, they don't always go to California, but they have done California. That's what they did this past preseason, and they do it to really to give quality time to the team, but also to test themselves against some different clubs and not just only keeping it in youth sports, really building relationships and working on who they play against, playing against really good teams so that, hey, when you're here on this stage, the biggest in Canada, you're battle tested. It was a throw in for the Varsity Blues. Taken out confidently. McDonald once more.
Varsity Blues very calm on the ball when they have it. They're not afraid to take on Trinity Western on 1v1.
Jumping right back into it despite some great physical play. And I will say great because we're seeing an early battle here, the most physical play early on in a match that we've seen out of the 3 so far. And that could also just be the first 2. I mean, especially the first one, there's a little bit of nerves. There's just setting the tone, trying to find out as well what's being called, how things are being played.
This one definitely jumped off a little quicker than our other games today. Right off the bat, they were in it. They scored within first couple minutes of the game.
So we've been sitting at this 1-0 lead for Toronto. Meanwhile, Trinity Western has just been pouring on the chances. And Yeomans, no, check that. Clara Chudley.
Foul on the far side.
There's a foul, yeah.
And it looks like we're going to get 3 minutes of added time for this half.
Just how quickly it all flew by. At least 3 minutes. We've seen a goal in added time. It happened for Laval. I was in the second half, and it was the game winner. Could this be when we get the even marker?
Could this be the one that ties it up? Players lined up, back post.
Sadu. Some great lift. Ball stays inbounds. Now McDonald. Still inbounds, still fighting for it. McDonald. Out to touch.
Trinity Western not too happy about that. I think that did actually go out on a Toronto player, but the ref sees what the ref sees.
So Gracie Howell with a throw in. still finding themselves in their own half as Spartans inch ever closer. Not quite at the 6-yard line.
A lot of physicality coming from both sides. You can see how much they want it. Everybody's putting in a tackle in. Everybody's going to dish out a body. Although I will say every time Toronto breaks out of their half, they do make it count and get a good shot off.
A very confident team, a team as well that told us how throughout the season, a season that had its ups and downs, they were able to find ways to score when they were down late in the game, doing it potentially in extra time. Now they have a lead. And if they're able to hold on to it before heading into the locker room, you have to wonder what kind of conversations they're going to have on how to not only maintain control of this game, as Spartans no easy opponent here despite seeding. These are still the top 8 teams in the country. It's the 6v3 game, number 6 being the Spartans, the 3rd seed being the Varsity Blues. McDonald, the ball taken away handedly. Swift work by Toronto. Lucic once more. She gets the feed over. Now to the far side. Can they make a go of it here? Double up this lead. On the doorstep. Forced back out. Nice little play there. Forces Pahal to make a save, and that will be the statement to end the first half. So a 1-0 lead, our first half of this tournament with a lead established in the 2nd minute by Maddie Ma. Ali Rowe, thoughts on this back and forth, a game, or a half rather, that was well controlled by Trinity Western despite the scoreboard.
Yeah, Toronto came out the gates kicking, and they made every opportunity count. They got some options and chances on net, but Trinity Western is keeping possession, and they're doing what they need to do to get chances and create opportunities.
So they'll head into the locker room, and we will head to break. It's 1-0 for Toronto through the first half over Trinity Western. Great. Alrighty. She's having herself a good game, too. How much?
It's not just about the victory. Pre-victory.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
I also find it
unbelievable. History has repeated itself.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe. We're halfway through the 3rd quarterfinal of the day. University of Toronto Varsity Blues with a 1-0 lead over the Trinity Western Spartans. And we will start with the Spartans, a really great feature to hear from number 10, Mancha Sidhu, who's already having a very solid start to this game, has delivered a number of corners for her team as they chase the equalizer and eventually a potential game winner, a team also on the hunt for a medal.
Hi, my name is Mansha, and I'm a forward at Trinity Western. I started playing soccer when I was 4 years old at Surrey FC, and I played in indoor soccer league. I guess I've always loved scoring goals, so I guess just getting the ball and scoring, that was just my happy place. I actually didn't know I wanted to play soccer after high school. Well, I've always wanted to, but I didn't know if I could, because I played in a metro league till grade 9, and then I slowly made my way to Surrey United, and I grew from there. And yeah, thanks to my amazing coaches, I am where I am today. I think I liked driving at defenders 1v1 and either getting an early ball in or taking it myself in shootings. We bond lots off the field, and on the field, I feel we have amazing connections. Like forwards and wingers, we switch a lot. Everyone plays every position, and yeah, we just have a great bond in the field. It's amazing to see women's soccer grow. It's always been a dream of mine. Hopefully one day we can play there, but just seeing like girls from home playing at such a high level, it's very inspiring. Younger me would be surprised and shocked if I found out I was playing at the level I'm playing at now. I know I put a lot of work in, but still just happy to be where I am. It's great. I think the girls have worked so hard to be where we are right now, and I think we're ready to showcase what we've got. I think my biggest challenge is staying in the moment, and it's a big deal being
it's
here,
so crazy.
but
I normally have
day
like
by
a
day
whole...
will be very helpful.
Thanks, boss.
Aww.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
Délaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
So did you only put one of those down? Okay, that's why, because he put both of them.
Elle revient toujours. Impossible de t'en débarrasser. Nicotine. Si elle entre dans ta vie, elle ne te lâche plus. Même consommée occasionnellement, la nicotine peut provoquer une dépendance.
Welcome back to Ron Joyce Stadium in Hamilton. Halftime of U of T versus Trinity Western on this quarterfinal Thursday, and U of T leads 1-0. But there's so many great stories out there, including on the Varsity Blues side. So let's head out now and get to know Brianna Campbell a little better.
Hi, my name is Brianna Campbell. I'm a center back and I play for the Toronto Varsity Blues. Started when I was about 4 or 5. I took the traditional route, so played for House League, then made my way up double age play, playing for the Spalvitude team back home. then CEGEP, my undergrad university, and here I am. So I think it was always kind of a dream that I had to kind of go to the highest level that I could at the time. So I guess when I was growing up, that was like my next big step.
So I do leave the highlights for you to obviously take and run, and
I guess a mix of like the
go right
academics
into
and
it.
just
Like,
seeing the soccer program.
and sometimes it's hard because we don't know exactly what we're going to see, but even if you're just like
doing my master's here, and I figured
setting yourself up,
to, like, end out my 2 years of eligibility playing for this team as well. Just understanding that the mental side of the game plays such a big role as well. So when your mental and your physical are both there, you can really be at your full capacity. But when one is kind of lacking, it does bring you back a little bit. So just trying to like help athletes get to their full potential. I think just staying positive. I think it's easy to kind of get down on yourself when things don't go well. Like sometimes you'll have a bad day, but just bringing it back and remembering who you are as a player and your abilities can kind of help you flush out the bad stuff and stay true to what's good. We have such good positive vibes on this team, so we're always here to cheer each other up and just motivate each other. So when you're in that team culture of like everyone just cheering each other on, I think it really, really boosts everyone's vibe. So I guess at the end of the day, it's just another game. So we've been in this situation before. We've played plenty of 90-minute games this season, even past 90 minutes. So we know what pressure is. It's something that we've been able to overcome. So just kind of telling ourselves, you know, we've done this before, here we are again. Let's just do what we do best. I think we can kind of fall back on what we know. So exciting. I think it feels great to be here. I think we've had a lot of success this season. So obviously there's a bit of nerves, but I think we're going to use it in the best way that we can, in a positive way. I think we're all so happy to be here.
Where exceptional student athletes are born. Where records are broken. Where great plays are made. Where school colors ignite passion. Where champions prevail. Where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Match of the day, a 1-0 lead so far for the Toronto Varsity Blues over the Trinity Western Spartans through 45 minutes, but anything can change, and we have seen just that in the second halves of the previous quarterfinal matchups. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe, and let's revisit some of the amazing moments of the first half, which started within the second minute of the game.
The big goal from Toronto, everybody, as they crashed in the net, and they did come out with a great finish. You could see how much that finish meant to them. Early goal. Another look at Trinity Western. Great run down the line just to get the ball in, but there's just nobody in the box to tap that one in for them. Unfortunate, but sometimes it happens.
And this has been the way it went for the Spartans as they kept rallying, kept finding ways. Did have opportunities as well from set pieces.
Toronto taking another crack, a little far out, 35 yards out, but they're still looking for the net. They know where it is at all times, and that's what you want. Trinity managed to get a lot of opportunities at half. The Toronto defense closing it down, blocking
them on target, of course, one of them being that early goal. So how do you mentally manage that? Well, Sadhu has designs to get that goal to tie things up. Couldn't get it done in the first half, but awaiting now the second. So here's the look at the shots. As you can see, the Spartans controlling on the attack, and then having 5 corners. Ali, you said it earlier, you can say it again. The importance of set plays.
Set plays will change the game. It's just, you're already close to the net. You have it set up. You have time to think about it, plan it out. You've practiced this. Now it's time to execute it out here on this big stage at McMaster's.
And you can bet their seasoned head coach, Graham Roxburgh, had some words with them in the locker room. This is a look now at the Toronto Varsity Blues. They are the team in white, and they will be playing from right to left on your screen here in the second half. Spartans will be headed towards the net that's actually closest to Ali and I from our broadcast view. There is no wind. It's been on and off. There were gusts earlier of up to about 30 clicks an hour, but right now all the flags settled down and not really any wind in sight. I'm not tempting the weather gods here, I promise. It's 4 degrees, mostly cloudy, and yes, very, very little wind. Visibility is good up here and on the field. You love to see it. That's important. By the way, there is the potential for rain in the forecast tomorrow. So, not tonight. I'm not jinxing. Allie's like, how dare you? No, but it's something to be mindful of, because these teams now, they got to play in these conditions. This might be their best conditions before heading into the semifinals.
Let's not anger Mother Nature with that one.
Ali Rowe, welcome to the announcer's curse. You might get well acquainted.
Can't speak that into the universe.
I've never done that. I was just looking. You can blame Environment Canada if you want. Right now, the second half is underway, and this is a big one because there's a lead established here. And how will Toronto handle this? They came in 1-0 wins, 3 straight to cruise, not really cruise, to battle through, I would say, the OUA playoffs. Win that first conference title in program history. It's always special to be a part of, and Toronto, one of the 4 new teams at this year's tournament compared to last year. Oh, and a bit of a tough slip on the ball there for the Spartans. They're trying to navigate out of their own half. Get the ball up. It's off the boot of Lindsay Barwitzky, or trying to get things going here.
I don't know what those halftime talks had in them, but both teams came out guns a-blazing. This is fast-paced.
Let's go. I think they all have that same, don't leave it to the end, because you might run out of time. That's how things work here. You've got the time now to handle it. For Toronto, a little bit of added insurance.
The ball's moving, but so are the players right now. Everybody's sprinting, cross pitch. Ball's moving quickly, changing possession quickly. The transition is on.
Transition game strong. Julia Cochran for Toronto. Of course, Toronto in the white kits and the Spartans in their blue and golds. Spartans have been here a number of times. One of the teams you almost expect to see every U Sports National Championship, but everyone has to earn their way here. Nothing guaranteed, except when you're the host. Of course, McMaster, they're coming up next. They've been waiting. They've had the dates circled in their calendars for a while.
A lot of throw-ins happening on this far side. can't seem to keep the ball in play for too long right now.
So the first 2 minutes of the second half are now through, so no early goals here in the second half. It's a bit of a joke. Of course, Maddie Ma able to capitalize within the first 2 minutes of this match. And Maddie Ma actually did color commentary last year for the men's national championship, so she's also had her time in the broadcast booth. There she is, shining on the field.
Trinity making their way up the pitch.
And this field lighting under the bright lights, almost looking cinematic on this Thursday evening. A very engaged crowd. Of course, Toronto pretty much just down the street, but now that one will just bounce out.
The night light with these lights on will be good for the pictures our teams are going to get later. There's nothing like an action shot at night.
Pros and cons, right? Okay, we're playing in what's likely going to feel like much colder conditions. However, we're going to have consistent lighting. There isn't going to be blinding sun at any point. There's definite advantages.
I will say those lights act like the sun.
Oh.
On a corner, if that ball does
watch
go
out.
up there,
Yeah.
you cannot see it. For both goalies and any attackers going to head the ball as well.
I stand corrected, as Ali Rowe would know. She's spent 5 years in U Sports, this year in League One play. Golden Boot winner at that. I love it. That's such a great name as well. Always like that for the best scorer, goal scorer.
Golden Boot and Golden Glove. I love golden.
So a feverish start now, again, just sort of settling in to the feel here of the second half. It's the captain, Hannah Chown, with the throw-in. Talked about her being the youngest of 7. Yes, 6 older sisters and 1 in the UK watching right now. Hi, Megan. We're told to give you a shout out. As the Spartans try to set up here on the move, and they might be able to, not quite, looking for Sadu. That would have set her up nicely to take it down the middle.
This game definitely did start very fast-paced coming off of halftime, but it's definitely settled down a little bit. Both teams are just trying to get the passing down, make their way slowly up the pitch, and do what they came here to do.
Spartans did not advance out of the quarterfinal round last year. Defeated on penalty kicks by Laval.
Definitely have a fire under them because of that now.
I think always, right? And you said it so well earlier today, Ali. Of course, you and I have been on all the matches so far, but the fact that this game, while it might seem like the medal game might be the big one, it's just you got to set yourself up on the right track. The only way you get there, the only way you get to compete on Sunday is to win today. Consolation round wraps up Saturday with the lone match here at Ron Joyce Stadium. That's a chance to place the highest of the teams out of medal contention, which would be 5th. Improve that national standing, that ranking, and of course have another match with your team. Every team has graduating players playing their last games this weekend. Spartans looking for that spark. Rihanna McDonald has been all over this pitch, busy at work, and that one a wonky bounce.
That would have been a great opportunity, but one place we don't want to clear the ball is right in the middle where there's just more Trinity Western players there waiting.
Ooh, from just outside the box, and a great punch out. And Maria Godoya Trash, she clocked that one. Once more, how many opportunities are you going to give Trinity Western? Godoya Trash, of course, playing very soundly.
Godoya Trash right now holding down the fort in the back, but Still, Toronto has yet to clear the ball out properly and get proper possession of the ball.
And no shots, by the way, for Toronto this second half. Meanwhile, Trinity Western just adding to their tally.
Here the coach is screaming from the sidelines. It's not just intense for the players, it's intense for the coaches as well.
Everyone on the sideline, it's just incredible. And for the Spartans, they have a little added oomph as well. One of their assistant coaches, Janaea Robertson, a well-known name out that way, but also now in the professional space as she plays with the NSL's Calgary Wild. Of course, she would have loved to be chasing her own championship on the pro stage. However, she is here with the team today, as Calgary was eliminated from NSL playoffs a couple weeks back.
What a great person to have on the coaching
Oh,
staff. Give
absolutely.
you some insight, helping you guys out on the way down.
And bringing with her so much just renewed knowledge, because when you're playing and you're active in the sport and you're going through some incredible scenarios and moments, highs and lows, Calgary has had it all. They've had, the Calgary Wild have had the big wins where they pour on the goals. They've also been the recipient of matches like that and how to weather those storms. Now, this is not a season, this is a tournament. And the runway is short. You need a win today if you want to make a play for a medal. So it seems like we may have collected there. You see the balls there that Godoy at Trash are picking up? Those could be some from the parking lot there, Allie. I think they're all now collected back behind that net.
There's a bunch over by the refs on the sideline as well.
We're getting them all back by the end of the day.
They're expensive. You need to find them.
One of the things you don't think about when you get going, and then all of a sudden that ball is well out into the parking lot nearby. Chown gets it through the midfield. It gives time for some white jerseys to hone in. Potentially give Yasmin Bahal something to work on. She's been quite quiet during the second half. The attack, not quite what it was to end that first half for Toronto Varsity Blues.
Great ball
In
in
she
the
comes.
box. And a finish.
Wow! What a finish at that. A brilliant strike to get it done. We're all tied up. Just like that. Sophie Crowther. We knew she'd be one to watch, and she delivers for her team.
Great ball sent to the box right away. Sophie Crowther comes across the box with a header. Goalie doesn't even know what to do with herself. It was just too fast right in the back of the net.
A header to get it done.
And just like that, we're all tied up again.
Oh my. 6 goals in the regular season. Had a couple game winners at that. No goals in the playoffs, and here she is with a big one to even out the score.
We said today was full of drama, and where would the drama be?
Last one, and now finally a header goal.
I told you one was going to come today. I knew it.
I called it a strike, but it was off the head, and Chown with the great throw in. So now Toronto, it's almost like a fresh slate. Oh my.
Thought that one was going to stay in, but ref calls it out. Probably for the best for Trinity Western.
My, oh my, yeah, the Spartans certainly wouldn't want that quicker response if they can help it. They don't want any kind of response to complete the comeback here. Now, the first 2 matches of this day finished 2-1. Will we see the exact same score this time around? There's still plenty of time. Out comes Bahal. Well out indeed, just to settle it down.
A lot of teams are going for that ball just over the top to their ongoing strikers, running onto it, which is very effective, catching the defense off guard with their back facing their own net. They have to take the time to turn to attack the ball and get it out of their half when the striker's already facing that way. fans are not happy about that one.
Of course, we have a good mix of fans. We expected, and indeed the Spartans also expected the Toronto crowd to be, you know, full and furious out here. But there's a good blend because despite that, even with the travel, the BC crowd is here. And there's always those players that actually do hail from close by, although just one Ontario player on the Spartan roster. As in they come for more now. Crother goes down.
Not getting back up either.
Well, they call a stoppage to that. The ball plays on. There's the whistle.
Little bit of a crawl, looking like it might be the ankle.
Their teammates just trying to have a word and just manage those emotions too. Julia Cochran, is there some support? But yeah, I mean, this is a seasoned player. She knows what it takes.
Crawford's out there saying, I'm fine, just let me play.
Just let me play, I don't want to go off. And I had said Julia Cochran, mind you, that's the Toronto Varsity Blues. It was Kylie Hendricks, her teammate, Spartan teammate, just having a word with her.
Crawford's trying to walk it off, but the limp isn't getting any better as she's moving.
She's not actually out on the sideline. She's still in bounds, so she'll have to determine how she wants to play this. Okay. So the Spartan that's just trying to walk off, and not just any Spartan, the tying goal scorer was able to get the header. Can certainly hear the impact of the ball now that we're in close on this very crisp, clear night. Luciana Andrews getting a touch on it too, but now the Varsity Blues, they can't cut through, thwarted there by Clara Chudley.
Great run down the middle, but the Trinity Western team closing them in quickly. Good communication in the back to close that down. You don't want anybody getting in with a clear shot straight down the middle like that.
In the 61st minute now, tie game, where we have found ourselves twice before on this quarterfinal Thursday. This is what you want, both teams giving it their all. Facing some goalkeepers that have barely conceded any goals all season. So Maddie Ma open scoring, second minute. And then it was Sophie Crother for the Spartans to tie it. The top two teams in Canadian football descend on Mosaic Stadium in Regina for the 60th Vanier Cup, Saturday, November 22nd. Get your tickets for the party on the prairies by visiting usportstickets.ca. 2025 Vanier Cup on November 22nd in Regina. Chase the glory. All right. Hannah Anderson and watching in from behind as the Spartans make a push. It's Luciana Andrews once more. Crother clearly able to rebound, although still having a bit of a staggered step. Not quite a limp, but you could tell she's feeling something in her leg. It's the last thing you want to hear right now.
Most of the time you want to push through that pain, but sometimes it might just be best to go off, recover, and get ready for the game tomorrow, because either way they do play again tomorrow. And like they were saying yesterday when we were talking to them, a lot of the teams, they do have that depth and bench players. Anybody, they were saying anybody could jump in and nobody's nervous. They could step right in like no difference ever happened.
Absolutely, and Luciana Andrews is trying to be that difference right now for the Spartans. Battling for a go-ahead goal here. Keeping it in the offensive third now, trickling a little bit closer to the midfield. Kylie Hendricks had a touch on it. Sadu again looking. It's under Crawford. Wow! Off the post and in! Oh my! This is a Spartans goal, and they take the lead.
Crawford's injured, but definitely not injured enough to not put another one in the net.
A brace for number 18. First off a header, and this time off the post.
Very impressive finish for Crawford. You see her with the quick turn, just pushing the ball ahead to get that finish. And what good placement right off the inside of the post to put it in the back of the net.
So for the first time all postseason, Toronto has not only conceded a goal, but have now conceded 2. There's been clean sheets in the 3 wins to get the OU8 title, so some adversity here. Still plenty of time, so a 2-1 lead right now. Although the scoreboard has not been updated in the building yet.
Toronto Blues looking to take it right back to them. Fortunately, I think they're calling it offside on that one.
So that Trinity Western second goal now has been updated and assisted by Mancha Sadu. Sadu has just been having a great game as well, and while she hasn't been able to be the goal scorer, she helped out tremendously on that go-ahead, giving Trinity Western its first lead of the tournament. The first Crawford goal assisted by Maya Bajpai. The Toronto goal from Maddie Ma early on in the first half, in case you missed the first 2 minutes. An unassisted goal. It was a swarm in front of the net. And this is truly, in my opinion here, Allie, the work of just the sheer volume and the consistency of the attack by the Spartans. They have not let up.
They've been having opportunities all game. We've been saying it. They put in the work to get it down the pitch. It was only a matter of time before they squeezed another one in.
More than double the shots of the Varsity Blues, 11-5, and the shots on goal at that too, 9-3. And I mean, this is where the bounces matter. So Godoya Trash went to the right side, had it, fairly well read, but off the post and in it went.
Off the post, a hard one. That's a big distance she has to cover to get there from the middle of the net. It's a far reach. It's very unlikely that the goalie's going to be able to reach that one, especially when you're not exactly expecting the shot to come so quickly.
And now we have a set play.
On our favorite corner side.
It's on the right side. Great delivery in. Some headers back and forth here. Another one. That one coming closer to the 18 line. Godoya Trash absolutely tracking that one all the way through. She's not going to allow it off the post again. But could that just be enough for the Spartans? Are we going to see a 2-1 finish as we have in the last 2 quarterfinals? There have to be winners established. There's no draws here to conclude these games. Chown now. Toronto's got to get to work to get the equalizer.
Crawford coming back again with the ball.
Oh, and they're coming in. That cross could have been another dagger there. Great work by Luciana Andrews to get the pass off.
Crawford's everywhere in this game. She might be injured, but she's still creating opportunities for herself and other players on her team. She's getting involved with every pass she can.
And I know she can't hear you, Allie, but let's not forget that it was only moments before where you said maybe if you're nursing an injury, it might be beneficial to take yourself out of the match and really focus on recovering. Well, She said, hold that thought.
I will say she's not limping like she was before.
No, so hopefully whatever was ailing her has sort of worked it out. It seemed like she just needed the time to either walk it off or shake it out. Or perhaps a goal is the best medicine.
That goal healed her really quick.
This coming from Allie Rowe, who scored 77 goals in the AUS during her time. That is a conference record between men and women. If you're just joining us, we are in the 69th minute here of this third quarter final. It was a 1-0 lead for Toronto. They're looking now for the equalizer as a brace from Sophie Crowther gets it done to make it 2-1 right now for Trinity Western.
Looks like there's another long throw coming in from Chown.
Very effective there, trying to get something going.
And a corner.
And wait a minute, this is the corner we rarely see. It's coming in from the left this time.
We decided to switch things up this game.
We have zero say in how this goes. We're merely observers. Emilia Lucic gets it inside the penalty area. Nearly a good boot there by Chow, trying to connect for the strike. Battling along the far side.
Probably ideally wasn't the best ball coming in. It came a little further away from the net, which generally you want it more towards the net, but worked out for Toronto. Still got to attempt that goal.
This Varsity Blue side has got to get going on the offense. When you look, just 5 shots in the match so far, 4 of those in the first half. You never want to settle into one way of playing, perhaps having to rely a little overly on their defense as the Spartans attack mounted. Here they come. Could this be the difference? Yauman's had it. Oh, wow. Lucic. She knows how close it was.
Coming in that close to the net, you have to be able to finish that, especially when you're down a point, you're down a goal, you need that finish right there. And she was on the 6-yard line. I know it's a little difficult to slip it in past the goalie, especially when they're running out at you, but
my, oh my. Yasmin Pahal with a great kick there. It's going back and forth here as Toronto.
That kind of looked like a handball a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's not called, and away they go. Lucic once more putting on the speed. Has to turn the corner here. Trying to get a pass off. Lindsay Bartwitzki. That's out to touch.
I don't want to make any assumption here, but I'm guessing the long throw's coming back right now.
Oh, you guessed correct.
We're close to the box. May as well use it to your advantage because she could probably throw to the penalty spot.
Some great strength in that throw. It's alive. It's up, and it's just too high.
Again, that was a good try. You know, I've already said this. I do love the volley. That would have been a great photo finish right there.
I know.
But that was very close. Again, that long throw is just so effective to get that ball in the box. And she does it, Chown just does it so effortlessly.
Trinity Western with a lot of love for Yaz, as she's known, Yasmin Pahal, their steadfast goalkeeper. Chown is forced to play it back to Godoy Trash, and Chown now trying to add some captain power to it. Crowther was getting it done on the other side for the Spartans.
You could hear the coaches yelling, connect, connect. That's all you could ask for. You just want to connect those passes. It's the best way to make it up the pitch.
Yeah, keep control as well, regain that possession and build up to it if needed. What a play there by Rihanna McDonald.
Great header from Brianna Campbell. It's hard to get your head on the ball to force it out when you're running backwards towards your net. Quite talented header right there.
So headed towards the much more active half of the field, it has felt. Things slightly tilted. Trinity Western now in double-digit shots. 9 shots on target so far.
Looks like we're getting a sub coming in for Trinity Western.
Might be subs on both sides as I see players lined up.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Baj Pai, rather, with an assist already in this game, has the throw in there. Trinity Western in the dark kits. Toronto Varsity Blues in their whites, and Emilia Lucic seems to be taking it all on her own. Going from one end to the other, and she had such a close call right by the net earlier, chance to tie the game.
I know that ball hurt the thigh so bad, especially with this cold. But Lucic is all over the field, putting in a tremendous effort for Toronto.
When we say cold, just imagine, if you know anything about Canadian autumns, it's just that crisp fall air, bit of a bite to it. The hands are cold. That's why a number of players are wearing gloves or covering their hands. I saw Olivia Chown with that.
Had a sub for the Toronto Blues. Bartwitz came out.
I said Olivia Chown, it's Hannah Chown, my apologies. Trying to work it up along the right side towards the Spartans net. Yasmin Pahal, her team saying she's a quiet leader, someone that has really come into her own confidence here. And it helps when your team is playing on the other side of the field and giving you that chance to watch and be ready.
Toronto trying to play quickly, catch Trinity lacking a little bit.
In the 77th minute now. Again, Toronto starting early with that 1-0 lead through 45 minutes. And then 2 now unanswered by the Spartans to flip that. Lucic looking for Beatrice Audin. A stop by Pahal.
Not the best shot they could have got off there. But for the first touch of the game, not too bad from Audin.
Yeah, one of the substitutes coming in. Do want to manage this because both of you are playing tomorrow. Of course, you also are battling to play in the semi-final. Just slated to start at the exact same time. Check that, just a slightly later than this match. It'll be the final match of tomorrow that the winner of this game will battle in, with a to-be determined opponent, either Montreal or McMaster. Oh, in close and a good block.
Seen many good blocks today. Putting their life on the line to get in front of that ball, make sure nothing gets to that net.
In comes the Varsity Blues. Once more, it's skied. Lucic has got to be feeling that. Little bit unlucky there. And Yaumans was also in on the play.
Lucic is getting opportunities. It might be coming for her.
So Ann Yaumans is the, or Yeomans rather, Ann Yeomans is the leading scorer for Toronto. She had 3 game winners through the regular season. So do they go to number 17? Can she be the spark needed here to tie things up in the 80th minute?
She was doing remarkable for them in the first half, being that target player, getting the ball up to her, distributing from the top, and making those quick turns. So if she could bring that energy from the first half into this one, she could be very dangerous.
And when we spoke with her coach, Angelo Cavaluzza, he did say, you know, Anne got off a lot of these goals that she scored. It was a little bit earlier in the campaign, and so then teams really targeted her, and that allowed some other players to come through. But still, 7 goals for the regular season, very impressive stuff. She was unable to register a goal in the postseason. Didn't need to. In fact, the 3 goals that they needed to win that OUA title through 3 matches all came from different scorers. It was really a team approach to the playoffs and making it count. So this is a little bit different territory than they've been in. They've obviously faced some adversity in the regular season, but
it's honestly what you want. You don't want to have to count on one player. You want everybody to be able to finish, to score, to get the ball in, to have different players to look at, not one player just constantly being watched, and that's who you run everything through.
McDonald with the throw in. So can the Spartans protect their lead? The crowd reacting to that physical contact.
That could have arguably been a foul right there.
There's lots of soccer being played here in Hamilton. It's the women, but in Toronto, it's the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. Yes, happening this very weekend as well from Varsity Stadium. You can catch exclusive coverage November 6th through 9th, CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, and right now a corner. That one kept at bay here. Good clear for Trinity Western. Return to sender for Toronto. They are certainly picking up the intensity on the attack. They know what's needed. It's been a good response. It feels they're just unable to really kind of break through and get some shots on goal. We're not seeing that number rise above 4 right now. It's not going to be enough.
All the chances so far they've been taking, they've been from far out. They have been getting into the box, but taking 1, 2 too many touches and not getting that shot off quick enough. They need to test this goalie.
Spartans with a really good shooting percentage when you consider that 10 of their 13 shots have been on goal. Of course, 2 of them, Sophie Crother goals, the equalizer and the go-ahead. We've seen it all. We've seen the full comeback.
And we've seen another ball leave the stadium.
Goodbye for now. We'll see you soon. Of course, right back in play are these teams that had a slight delay to adjust for the fact that the match before them went to overtime, folks, because a winner has to be determined. Toronto right now doing all they can to just get this game tied up, extend the life and the fight. And Godoy Trash comes way out. What a collision. That's Mancha Sadu.
She's down and she's rolling around. She looks injured for sure.
And as the Spartans bench, I'm sure, is watching on with some concern.
Definitely need to get physio out there.
This is a tough one to see, of course, anytime, and we have seen it even at the pro ranks in this country where keepers come out, they're doing their job, but at the same time, we've got some oppositional forces at play.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
So right now in a bit of an injury stoppage here as number 10 for the Trinity Western Spartans, Mancha Sadhu, a player who we actually heard from during the halftime in a wonderful 2-minute feature and who has been all over this pitch at some very difficult contact, colliding with goalkeeper Maria Godoy-Atrash. While Godoy-Atrash was coming well out to play it, of course, still within the penalty area there. And Mancha Sadhu, by the way, with 3 shots already in this game, 1 assist and 2 shots on target. So when I say she's a key piece, she absolutely is. I mean, there's just 1 goal right now separating these 2 teams. And plenty of time. There's a look at the crowd. Of course, a little bit bite in the air here in Hamilton. And a bit of a mixed crowd, despite Toronto being very close. There's definitely Spartan supporters in that crowd. We hear it when they make some great plays. Yasmin Pahal coming out and joining her team. We heard about what she brings, the steadfast. And when I say steadfast, I mean every single match. It has been Yasmin Pahal for Trinity Western University as the goalkeeper.
Both teams going into their bench, get some water, talk to the coaches.
This is tough to see right now. Any injury, you never want to see it, but especially right now as the Spartans are trying to rally, protect this lead, and just have one of their best be with them throughout this journey, no matter where it goes tonight.
I'm sure the Spartans are anxiously waiting to see if she's all right, but still trying to discuss and see what they have to do moving forward.
So we'll take a moment here while the teams are on the sideline just to chat about the next quarterfinal, because that's right, we are not done yet. There's still another, the 4th match of the day, the final 2 teams to have their first match appearance here. The host, the number 7 seed, OUA host McMaster University Marauders, taking on the number 2, the RSEQ champion, Montreal Carabin. Right now, Sadhu being helped up. Crowd applauding her as she makes her way to the sideline. Do wish everyone well, and tough to see one of the first injuries where we've seen in this in the tournament where players have to leave with support. Always a good time to remind folks, safety is absolutely paramount in youth sports, and every single team is so blessed and pleased to have some incredible staff therapists, student therapists, just trainers, everyone involved in keeping everybody well supported. A head therapist for Trinity Western is Misha Partridge.
One thing you never want to see a player go down, but Toronto must know that the Spartans are going to come out 10 times harder battling for their player who just went down.
This also means that there will be some extended added time too, so if they're unable to get that equalizer now before heading into that added time, I mean, none of it intentional, but now there's words being said back and forth, the official trying to handle this.
Nobody really sure where the ball's headed right now. Looks like they're just going to play it back to the goalie.
The Spartans.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, trying to put it ahead there. Luciana Andrews. Temperature has dipped even further here in Hamilton, back down to 4 degrees Celsius. Light wind out of the west-southwest. You can bet that Trinity Western is fueled now to get some added insurance. A 2-goal lead truly feels like it would close that chapter.
See Toronto running out, placing the ball for them, trying to get them moving faster to maximize every second they have. Trinity not too worried, just out here wasting time.
Oh, we've got another corner opportunity. Could this be what they've waited for? Oh my, they do it! A successful corner, and it's now a 2-goal lead. Luciana Andrews with the goal.
No better way to celebrate after a player gets injured. Got the corner kick coming in. Andrews sneaking off the goal line. She starts on the goal line and comes out to finish that and put it back in the net.
And you have to think that one is for Manchester Sadu. Our first successful corner of the tournament. And again, a team that had plenty of chances, has had plenty of chances. 7 corners in this match. Toronto with 2. And now in a 2-goal deficit, and it really feels like the Spartans, of course, they're not going to say, yeah, we breathe a little sigh of relief now, but we're in the 90th minute here. Added time incoming, but this is a huge hole to dig out of.
It looks like 7 minutes of additional time.
Okay, well, 7 minutes, that'll certainly help in the uphill battle it will be to get 2 goals now to try to tie this thing.
A lot could happen in 7 minutes.
We've seen it before. Nothing to be counted out, but we've also seen a Trinity Western side that is absolutely driven, almost propelled now to keep going. 14 shots to Toronto's 9, but more than that, 11 on target to Toronto's 4. And I think that's been the bigger story here, is what has been able to get done. Toronto's been at 4 shots on goal since the first half. It's not how you want to play when you're up against really tough opponents. Of course, Toronto, the higher seed, so this would go down by the numbers as an upset, alley, but we also know that the seeding is not necessarily reflective of how a program's season has gone. Both these teams have delivered an incredible runs to get here. The only difference is Trinity Western didn't win their conference. They were a finalist.
And almost not winning that conference gives you that extra push, because they want it. They wanted that win, they didn't get it, and they want the win here.
All 3 Spartan goals coming in the second half. A brace from Sophie Crother, who right now still has the standing game winner, but there's plenty of time. We mentioned it, at least 7 added minutes here. That coming actually due to an injury to Manchester Sadu, who has an assist in this game, assisted in Crother's tying goal. Now the Varsity Blues have been able to score in added time this season. It's just going to be a tough haul to try to get by as Luciana Andrews now. Maybe she's gunning for a brace. How about that? Of course, Crother's braced the first and right now only 2-goal performance at this tournament, but it's all still young and new. This is just the 3rd match. By the end of day tomorrow, there'll be 8 played. We'll know who's punched their ticket off to the gold medal game on Sunday. It's all happening fast, but right now this is who gets to play for a medal, and the Spartans setting up themselves for success.
Andrews might be somebody to watch on this incoming corner kick. She looks like she might take the similar approach.
Can they go back-to-back, alley? Good delivery, that one on the ground. Jenna Rizzo. Wow, Rizzo with some great moves to maintain possession.
The footwork we've seen today, remarkable from all the teams, honestly. Just getting out of those sticky situations.
You can truly see the best on best play, which is what everything is billed at as, but it really is as advertised here in Hamilton. Holly Steele gets it out to Maya Bajpai, who has an assist as well in this match. So 3 goals right now. That's the most by a single side in this tournament as well. Both previous quarterfinals ending 2-1. And how about this? Sophie Crother in on every single goal as she gets the assist on Luciana Andrews. Beautiful set piece play.
Great ball played up.
Holly Steele yet again.
Great defense by Brianna Campbell. Manages to get the goal kick for her team.
If you're just joining us, we are in added time. There was a minimum of 7 minutes. We're about halfway through that. And a 2-goal lead established in the late minutes of regulation by the Spartans. Certainly the way they've been able to keep Toronto from getting any on target, really challenging Pahal. Pahal with 3 saves in this match. That might be all she needs.
Here comes another long throw.
Can they connect this time? Well, it's off the head of a Spartan.
Tried to take that throw a little quicker, but the only thing with taking a quick throw, you're not giving anybody any time to get in the box where you need them.
And it's in the hands of Trinity Western. The score stands. Trinity Western will advance to semifinal where they will await the winner of the next match, as mentioned. Number 7 McMaster, number 7 seed McMaster, and number 2 seed Montreal Carabin.
Trinity is not taking their foot off the gas. They're fighting till the very end of this game. Pressure all over the field. Toronto really has no time on the ball.
3 second-half goals have been absolutely impressive. In fact, the only first-half goal of the day belongs to Maddie Ma of Toronto within the first 2 minutes of this match. They drive towards, and it's wide, and you have to think back to that effort earlier by Emilia Lucic, who watched as not once but twice alley. It just was a hair too wide, it felt.
They always have these trickling balls coming in. They're just a hair too wide, or there's nobody coming in to get on the end of it. They're very close on every opportunity, and they're making every opportunity count. They just need to get somebody on the end of those balls.
Yasmin Pahal from Surrey, BC, watching on as she wants to assure that the Spartans pull through and advance from the quarterfinals, something they weren't able to do last year. How sweet it would be to change that story, and they are in position. So we're certainly now in the final minutes here of this added time. Great play to get the ball as far away from that half of the field as possible. Trying to set up her team for some success. Beatrice Audin.
No, I was just going to waste time now.
Just sprawls on it. And why not? Really great way to manage the game here. What a kick. The roar from the bench says it all. Trinity Western completes the comeback and then some. A brace from Sophie Crother to tie the game, to get the game winner, and an assist by her to make a big moment for Luciana Andrews off of a corner for a 3-1 final over the University of Toronto.
See a couple players stretching on the side. Calf cramps running out to the team.
If this is not belief, then I don't know what is. A team down a goal going into the locker room. Of course, what's a goal when you can erase that quickly? And not only did they do that, they were able to really take control, stop the Varsity Blues, a team rolling off a beautiful high of their first ever OUA conference title. And now an upset here in Hamilton.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Ron Joyce Stadium, where we had another thrilling quarterfinal. A team finding themselves trailing not only ties the game in the second, but adds 2 more to get it done in 90 minutes. Right now, we'll hear about the Nike players of the game. I think we're going to stay here for this, although the highlights pack is just ahead too, so stick around for it to revisit all those big moments. Varsity Blues, number 6, Julia Cochran, for her efforts in this match. She's the Nike player of the game, and I'm putting all my money on Sophie Crofter's name being called on the other side.
I have to agree with you there. There
well deserved, and not just the brace, but the fact that then she also adds an assist, so 3 points in this game, in on every goal. Talk about a difference maker, wanting to do it all for this team from New Westminster, BC. Can add another game-winning goal to her tally for this season. But Allie Rowe, it all started just 2 minutes into this match, and it was the Varsity Blues that early lead.
With a look at that first goal, hopefully in here. Lots of shots. There's a lot of action coming from both sides for both keepers. They definitely had a workout today. Great finish right there. That was Crother's first finish. Remarkable finish with the head.
Yeah, almost catching Godoy a trash.
And that second one, just a quick turn off the ball and quick release of that shot. That's what we've been looking for all day, and that was a perfect execution of that.
It was 1 goal leads that buoyed Laval and eventually UBC to their earlier wins. And these are of course, the second half highlights, so we didn't see that Maddie Ma goal early, but it was a beautiful effort early on by the Varsity Blues, and then it was all the Spartans. They won the stats battle as well when you break down what they were able to do when it comes to shots. In total, 14-11, but more than that, it was the shots on target that made the difference. As they held the Varsity Blues to about 4 shots on goal for the bulk of the second half.
There's Andrews finishing that last goal to put them just over the top. You know, they're already secured with 2, but you can't get mad at a third one, just a safety net.
A 3-1 final will do it for the Spartans in what's considered an upset. Technically the second seeded upset of the day, as Laval was ranked 5th and beat out the 4th seed Cape Breton Capers to start off the action earlier. But As mentioned, the shots going the Spartans' way and those on target as well. So in the end, the Varsity Blues, 4 shots on goal is what they really entered the second half with, unable to really get going past that point. And it's a tough loss for them. They'll regroup. They will take the field. The Toronto Varsity Blues in the second consolation semifinal as they face the defeated team, or the to-be-determined defeated team in the next matchup. Mentioned it earlier, host McMaster Marauders. It's going to be a great scene here at Ron Joyce Stadium, as what I expect will be a great crowd for the home side. They'll take on the number 2 seed, Montreal Carabins. So much action still to come, and guess what? I'm expecting drama. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe, and we'll be back with more U Sports on CBC.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, a par and by BioSteel.